Hi, this is Ilene Rein from Pounding Pavement 101. I'm here today with Alexandra Capodicasa. She is one of my superstar clients. Alexandra, when we started working together, it was in high school.
Yep, and I'm going to graduate college this coming May.
That's so fantastic. So we started originally with interview prep. What did we do interview? What did we do interview prep for?
Yeah, so I first started working with Eileen the end of high school for my CEO interview for my high school robotics team, my first robotics team.
And did you get the job?
I got the
job! So you were CEO for 1 year. So how was it going through the interview process? Did you feel better prepared going into that interview?
Of course, yeah, because I had that practice on the front end and I was able to just kind of chat casually with you before, the full stress of having all these people look at you standing in the front of the room in this case. But yeah, I felt much more comfortable having had some sense of what the questions were going to be before and just chatting with somebody prior.
So that was in high school that we did that. Let's fast forward a little bit to college, because all of a sudden you had to find an internship. We then went over it again. So you came back and we did interview prep again. How was that? Was it different?
I would say that it was different just because the questions themselves were a little bit different. So when we were doing the CEO interview, we had to focus on leadership and what would you do in these specific situations and how you're going to lead your team to greatness and all those high level
things. And you
things.
did. You led the team to a world award. So yes, keep going.
Thank you so much. But when I got to college, it was more about okay, can you talk about yourself? Can you navigate these behavioral questions that the interviewer is going to ask you? And then potentially from those, they might ask you some technical questions. And then how are you going to maintain your composure and answer those questions to the best of your ability? And again, just having that practice, I think, was the key thing there. I eventually went on to have 10 interviews, not within that short period of time, but over the course of my college career. And although that number doesn't sound like very much, it really only took the first 3 to get really good at. So I had your original practice, and then I was practicing real time, and then by the third one, from interview 4 to 10, a superstar.
Well, you are a superstar, and you are studying biomedical engineering, graduating this year after 5 years in co-op programs. So did they ask any question? Is there anything that comes to mind, the questions that they asked that we had gone over that you said, oh, I've got this?
Yeah, and it's going to seem rather simple, but just the basic, what are your strengths and your weaknesses? Because it's very difficult to just look inside of yourself and be okay, yeah, what am I truly good at? What am I truly, what do I truly need to work on? And I think, having that understanding and doing that introspection way beforehand, it was very easy during the interview to just be yep, these are the things that, I have outlined in my mind that I can just freely talk about. I wasn't stumbling for words. I wasn't okay, well, I think this is what I'm going to talk about, but I haven't really put any thought into it beforehand.
So let me ask you this. You're a college student now, 5 years. You've had how many co-op jobs?
3.
3, and I'm sure we'll be doing interview preparation for your full-time employment after graduation.
Oh, you know it.
So we'll be reviewing again because it's always good to review. Let me ask you this, because you have a lot of college friends and you're living on a college campus. What do you think is the biggest challenge for college students right now in their job searches?
Honestly, I think it's getting noticed. I feel like a lot of people are going to get lost in the pile. Honestly, I don't even know what the statistic is anymore, but there are so many people that have been displaced from their jobs. And now you have all these college students that are trying to begin their career. So I think even just getting noticed is going to be the most difficult part. But that's why it's super great to have somebody like you, because through your trainings, we can make it to the top of the pile and stand out.
And we had gone over a resume development as well when you were first applying for your jobs.
Yes.
What stood out that worked for you? What was that one thing that you said, oh, shoot, I'm so glad I contacted Ilene?
Yeah, it was removing myself from like the cookie cutter template that the university had given us and finding a template that encompassed like all of my skills, all of the courses that I wanted to take, was able to capture, all of my, I mean, at that time I didn't have any internships or co-ops, but like all of my first robotics experience and relevant high school experience, and just kind of creating a snapshot that worked for me as a person, rather than just having like a white piece of paper with all this black text and just everything scrunched together.
So the goal here is, number one, to get noticed. Number two, to survive the interview process and be prepared for the interview process. Did you feel that the trainings through Pounding Pavement 101 and working with me, did this all help you through the process? Do you feel stronger moving forward? These are life skills that you need moving forward for your career for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. And it even goes beyond getting those like insider secrets to all of these things. It's just working with you gives you like a one-on-one personal experience to just build your confidence. And I personally, that's what I struggled with, was I didn't feel confident going into any of this. I'm like, oh, well, like I had never had like even a job in high school, and now I'm expected to get like a full-time job and apply all these engineering skills and, become an adult. And it was just very overwhelming. So certainly having the experience to work with you one-on-one and go through your trainings, it kind of just made everything easier. You go, I'm going to use like a classroom example. No one is expected to just learn differential equations or learn all of calculus. You have to physically go to the classes, see the examples, have the professor walk you through it. And I think that job hunting is the same thing. The universities do their best to, have that class and have the career advisors that show you how to format your resume and everything like that. But I mean, that doesn't work for every person. Some people need extra help. And I'm very fortunate that I've had your extra help through the trainings.
Well, thank you. And I hope that we will be starting up again soon, because it is now the end of the summer. And when are you graduating? In May?
May 2021.
May 2021. When are you going to start looking for a job, Alexandra?
I've already started looking. I just have to update my resume and then hit the submit button.
Fantastic. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for everything. The trainings work. The formula works every time. This training is perfect for the college students to get them launched into their career. So thank you, Alexandra, for joining me, and good luck in your job search.
Thank you so much, Eileen. Have a good day.